All right, good Wednesday morning, everybody. We are halfway through the week, and we have a partly cloudy and sunny sky out there. This morning it's beautiful, and temperatures are warming up pretty quickly. We'll probably be up to about 99 this afternoon under a sunny sky for your Wednesday. Just want to make sure audio is working A-OK before we get started. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below, join the conversation. We'll be live for the next 10 to 15 minutes or so. Talking weather here in San Antonio. We have a chance for rain this afternoon across the region, Hill Country, San Antonio Metro, even towards like the Gulf Coast. Mostly scattered rain, which again, we'll show you the hour by hour and what to expect for today and tomorrow. It looks like by Friday, rain chances trend down, and depending on what exactly happens in the Gulf, that may add in some additional chances for a shower or two Saturday and Sunday. So we're going to watch that closely because that may change our weather this upcoming weekend. And again, if you have any questions, comment down below. All right, so outside right now, it's a sunny day. You can see right below me, we have traffic conditions. There's Highway 90 at Couples. No big issues there. It's a sunny sky over the downtown area, Morgan's Wonderland Camp, Calaveras Lake, the airport. There's 281, and there's Jackson Keller and 410 and 37 at Military. All right, temperatures right now, pretty warm. 86 in the city, 82 at Bernie, same thing at Bulverde, 85 at Bandera. Upper 80s already jumping to near 90 in some spots in Atascosa County, Wilson County, towards like southern Medina County and near Frio County. So overall, seasonal start to the day. It's not out of the ordinary. It's pretty warm and humid. 85 at Kerrville, 82 at Rock Springs, a little cooler towards the Hill Country. 81 at Fredericksburg feels pretty nice at this hour. Already jumping to 90 in Kennedy and Beeville, likely over at George West. Now, notice radar. It's sunny, it's clear in most directions. Del Rio, towards Tilden, towards Victoria, towards Houston, it's mostly clear. Down to the coastal bend. But I'm going to zoom out and show you what's happening up farther north. Now, up near I-20 and like North Texas, there is a weak boundary. It's not really a front. It's like a trough. It's just this area of energy that's sparking off rain as it's aided with the help of daytime heat. So, in the afternoon, temperatures rise into the 90s and hundreds, right? That's what happens in Texas this time of year. But then what that does, it adds instability. You have all that hot air rising that creates clouds. And if you have enough heat and some lift with this little boundary up in North Texas, that's a good combination for at least scattered rain and a few isolated thunderstorms. Notice east of Dallas, it's getting pretty active up I-35 towards like Waco. A couple of downpours out there. We mention this because this will be the breeding ground and where some of these showers will originate as they move farther south into our area later today. Just heads up, anytime between 1 o'clock and 7 p.m. tonight, so about 6 hours or so. A lot like yesterday where we saw scattered rain form, we're expecting the same thing today. Pockets of heavy rain are possible, but mostly scattered rain with a few thunderstorms kind of embedded in that coverage of rain later today, between 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. later this evening. So notice even out near Blanco County, Marble Falls, Johnson City, Austin, Kyle, Fredericksburg, we're already starting to see these little areas of light to moderate rain, these showers starting to percolate, starting to build in the atmosphere. They're not expected to be severe, but the fact that we're already seeing rain form at 10:44, 10:45 in the morning, and we're expecting rain this afternoon, expect the coverage of rain to increase through the late morning and most importantly into the early to mid-afternoon hours. So again, these will start up farther north towards the Hill Country, towards Blanco County, Austin, and then some of them will drift farther south. Not everyone's going to see rain, but it's like a 30 to 40% coverage in shots, seeing a couple of downpours this afternoon, this evening. So we're going to be watching that very closely. The heaviest rain up farther northeast towards Tyler, Waco, I-20, eastbound towards Shreveport. That's where it's pretty heavy at this hour. But again, some of that energy will move in our direction, and we'll see a few showers in our local area, San Antonio, Medina County, Bandera, Kerrville, Fredericksburg, towards Seguin. There will be a couple of showers, hit or miss, later this afternoon and this evening. Today's timeline, 97 at about 2. I think we make it up to about 97, 98 degrees today. Some areas maybe even near 99 to 100, just depending on which areas see rain and which areas don't. But it's something to certainly keep in mind. By tonight, mostly clear skies. After the sun sets, we lose the heating and most of the rain will come to an end and dissipate. Now, with that being said, some of those storms could get strong, not producing hail or any straight line winds, but it could get breezy to gusty out some of these outflows and out of these thunderstorms. But notice that for today, we are in a marginal risk. It's a 1 out of 4. It's a low chance, but it's there for isolated flooding. And notice that northern San Antonio is included in that. Bernie, Kerrville, out to Austin. There will be some areas that pick up maybe up to like a ½ inch to an inch of rain, depending on how strong these thunder showers get. And if you get caught under one, it could easily drop a ½ inch to an inch of rain. And that could lead to some, quick moving water, high water spots along I-35, maybe towards the hill country, northern San Antonio. It's a possibility, but just to reiterate, the coverage of rain will be scattered. Not everyone's going to see rain, but if you do get caught under a downpour, it could produce some fast-moving rain. So here it is in the hour by hour through about 3 and 4 o'clock. There's those hit or miss scattered downpours between San Antonio, San Marcos, Rock Springs, Kerrville. There will be some areas of light to moderate rain out there. The entire afternoon and evening, that's pretty much the trend with the heating of the day. By about 7, maybe a leftover isolated downpour thunder shower between here, LaGrange, Gonzales, Hallettsville down I-10. So it's possible, but like I said, after sunset, things quiet down. We lose the heating, and then look what happens tomorrow. Not as much coverage and not as much rain expected in the area across the region. But Fredericksburg, Austin, Rock Springs, even down to San Antonio, we could pick up an additional shower tomorrow afternoon as well. So the rain chance is there. And just, we mentioned before, if you do get caught under a downpour, easily a 1/4 to a ½ inch, maybe up to an inch of rainfall if the thunder shower is heavy enough. So that's why we're going to be watching radar closely, as you should be too, this afternoon and tomorrow, because it could impact evening driving, the commute, back to school pickup times. It could impact that as well. So watching radar this afternoon and tomorrow for any downpours that materialize in the area. Hey there, Anastasia. Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. Good morning to you. And here is a look at a broader view. So notice here's the Gulf. There's Florida, there's Cuba, there's Mexico, and there's Texas. This popped up last night. The Hurricane Center flagged this area between like Belize, eastern, southeastern Mexico for a very weak tropical wave. But the Hurricane Center says in the next 5 to 7 days, as it moves into the western Gulf, that may strengthen, has a low chance of doing so, but I mean, the fact that we're talking about it, there's a possibility of that happening. If that were to happen, some of the moisture may move into the valley towards Corpus Christi, towards San Antonio by this weekend, like by Saturday, Sunday, Monday time frame. So that could mean a couple of showers this weekend, but of course it just depends on how it emerges into the Gulf. If it strengthens, if it stays farther south, track, location, intensity, all going to be dependent. So we don't want to put the chance for rain in the forecast this weekend just yet. We have to wait until this moves into the Gulf, and then we'll see how things interact, how it drives farther northwest, and we'll determine from there if we have any chance for rain this weekend. But it's possible, that's for sure. I'm having a great morning. Absolutely, Anastasia. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a great morning so far. We're staying pretty busy. We have a lot of projects going on. I'm also doing the noon show. So in about an hour, I'll be live on Ken's 5 News at noon on CBS. So staying busy. But thank you for asking. Absolutely. From Terry, bring on the rain. My yard is starting to get, mine too. I mean, my front and backyard, it's crunchy. It's losing that green color. So we do need rain. Back in June and early July, last month, it was pretty good in rainfall, and the temperatures were nice, not as hot. But we are in the hottest time of year, and that usually comes with dry conditions. So hopefully we get some rain today and tomorrow, scattered rain, and then this tropical wave, depending on exactly what it does, if it intensifies, if it strengthens, that could dictate more rain chances later this weekend. So we're going to keep a close eye on the tropics. Speaking of, we have Tropical Storm Erin in the Atlantic. No immediate threats to land as of now. That obviously could change, but here's the latest forecast cone from Tropical Storm Erin. By about Friday, it should become the first hurricane of 2025 in the Atlantic. We've had several Pacific hurricanes, but in the Atlantic, all we've had so far this year, this season, is tropical storms. So Erin is forecast to be the first hurricane and also the first major hurricane of 2025 in the Atlantic specifically. So this is important because if you have any vacation plans, trips towards Puerto Rico and the DR, the Lesser Antilles Islands, the U.S. Virgin Islands, that'll likely lead to high surf conditions, maybe a few showers, rip current risks along the coastline. But it looks like the heaviest amount of rain and the center of the storm should remain farther north away from the Caribbean islands. So good news there. Heads up for, Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic. Shouldn't be much of an impact, but high surf and some elevated wave heights could be probably what you see in a few showers as well. But what we're watching is where exactly it turns. It looks like it's heading directly towards the Bahamas, but it looks like, based on what we see on the long-range guidance, it starts to, make that right turn and then turn towards the north and northwest. So there's a good chance this heads towards Bermuda. There's an outside chance it nears the U.S. coast. If it were to do that, it would be sometime between next Tuesday, next Wednesday, next Thursday. So this is like 7-8 days out from now. There's a lot of time to watch it because this is just a forecast coming from a storm that's already still 3,000 miles away. But the fact that it's still drifting farther northwest, and that's what the forecast calls for, it's definitely something to watch very closely. So, and a matter of fact, it's going to be a major hurricane. So it's a Cat 3 by Friday and Saturday, at least close to that. By this weekend, it'll be a major hurricane. So that's why we're going to keep a close eye on it as well. Washington, D.C., during my studies, let's see, plenty of other items. Cool, yeah, absolutely, Jimmy. Yeah, but that is the latest on Aaron, Tropical Storm Aaron in the Atlantic right now. All right, here's your 14-day, more of the same, high temperatures, upper 90s through Friday, 97, 98, 99 around the San Antonio area. Today, a 30 to 40% coverage on scattered storms, so between 1 o'clock and 7 p.m. today, there will be a couple of downpours in the area from the Hill Country to San Antonio, but it's scattered. Same thing tomorrow, but you can see the rain chance start to trend down. And just as we talked about before, depending on what happens in the Gulf, that may increase our chance for rain Saturday and Sunday. So we're going to keep a close eye on that and fine-tune the forecast as we get more information. And also, just depending on how this tropical wave moves into the Gulf, and if it strengthens, if it tracks farther south or north, that'll determine a lot more factors, and more so about our weather by the weekend, August 16th and 17th. Download the KENS 5 app. It is free in the App Store. You can download it by scanning this QR code on your phone. With more weather on the way, with us approaching the peak of hurricane season, we'll have additional updates on tropical weather, on any rain that's in the forecast, updates on radar, things like that. You can have any new updates on the KENS 5 app. That's in the palm of your hand. You can download it free today in the App Store. Today's forecast high 99 to 98. Same thing tomorrow. Small chance of rain Thursday and Friday. Better chance this afternoon with some scattered storms forming primarily after 1 o'clock this afternoon. By Sunday and Monday, we'll start to see some, more heat. Obviously, it's the hottest time of year. Upper 90s next week. No big changes in the forecast around that time, but we're watching the radar this afternoon very closely, and also the tropics, depending on what forms in the Gulf, and that may bring in some additional rain on Saturday and Sunday.